Welcome to Get On Board. This is a monthly segment where we discuss important and controversial topics in the entertainment industry. Sitting next to me is multimedia journalist Shay Says, and joining me virtually is digital business executive Seth Shander and media correspondent Danita Chantel. Thank you all for joining me. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Hey. Good morning.
Perfect. So our topic today is whether celebrities should be entitled to privacy on social media. And I just want to hear all of your thoughts. What do you think about it? So I'll start with you, Shay.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. I think that when it comes to social media, obviously you know that you're going to be putting yourself out there for the world to see, and I think that's kind of like the purpose of it, to engage with your fans. So honestly, if they want privacy, I mean, there is a privacy setting, so you can do that. Yeah. But in a sense, like, you should be prepared for the engagement and the audience and the interactions, you know?
Yeah, I definitely agree. What do you think, Danita?
Well, hey, let's be honest. These celebrities are in show business. In the show and the business part are two separate things. Yeah. Social media is used as a platform for marketing and promoting, and they know that if they don't have an audience to draw, it doesn't increase their popularity, and therefore it doesn't turn into fame and the money that they're all trying to get to. So you got to understand and go in it with that mindset.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Seth? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with both those things. I mean, I would just add, like, if you just think about it at, like, maybe the highest level, like, just the very idea of, you know, celebrity and privacy, like, those two things are kind of naturally in conflict with each other. If you want to be a celebrity, you do, to Danita's point, it's all about getting attention and building audience. And, you know, these days, the media environment, as I think everyone would know, is so cluttered to begin with. So I think it's kind of a, you know, an oddball statement to even think about the two, but yeah.
You know what? You see so many celebrities complain about not having that privacy, or, you know, get out of my business. But it's like, you know, that's the light that you're in. So how do you differentiate the two? Like, how do you be open and show your fans and connect with your fans on social media without giving too much? Because I think that that's something hard that a lot of celebrities don't know how to balance.
Yeah, you know, I think it's funny because I was going to say that a lot of people should have that balance at this point. I feel like some celebrities I've seen that have gone all over the place. For example, I would even talk about, like, Blueface. Mm-hmm. Blueface is known for, like, his weirdly bad girls club.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah, like Tory Lanez. You know, like, they've been kind of just, like, out there. And, you know, it's okay if you want to be out there because, you, like, that's just their personality. But when you watch other celebrities, like Ciara, for example, like, she has that more of that family lifestyle way of putting herself out there, but I feel like she still at the same time does know how to balance her. This is what I'm giving you guys, but at the same time you don't really know everything about her. And I think that you have to look into yourself and know what you want to share with the audience before you really just post it. And for me, I feel like you have at least a little bit of a second to know if you want to really send this to the world, because you have to click that button to press it and send it to the world after recording it. So I think Ciara does a great job on that. I love Ciara.
What about you, Seth and Danita, at home?
Well,
I mean, I'll go ahead, Danita.
Oh, excuse me. To Shay's point, like, we all know that the celebs, and even what we do, a lot of them, they have publicists and managers, and all of this is strategic promotion. There's nothing that you can do, especially in the business with the public, where you don't have to give them something. You have to build an audience. And like Shay said, Ciara is a great example of how to balance things out. She knows where to draw the line as far as what I'm going to give to social and what I'm going to keep private. Mm-hmm. And I think kids are off limits, obviously, if you're out in paparazzi, you're jumping out the bushes, taking pictures, but you know, everyone's trying to make money. Everybody's trying to do things. So we can talk about social, we can talk about paparazzi, but it has a lot of different assets to, maybe not assets, liabilities, or whatever. It has a lot of different portions to what they're trying to do when it comes to marketing and publicity. But it's important. You got to have an audience, and it's like hard to balance it out sometimes. I
mean, I think that's right. I think that there's, I mean, by the way, legally, you know, it's there's all sorts of lines. It's even complicated to even talk about some of the stuff state by state. But like there seems to me like if you're consenting to something, there are some lines around that. So it's possible to go over the border, right? If you're Kim Kardashian tweeting on your private island during a pandemic,
let's talk about it. Yeah.
TikTok parties in the middle, that's kind of over the line. But then getting Meghan Markle's, for example, where someone's going to actually intrude on her private conversations, or even Kim Kardashian being robbed in Paris, who broadcast her thing. So I think there's some natural lines that get drawn, in terms of what the celebrity is actually sharing, basically. And so I don't know if they're legal per se. There's some really oddball legal issues around the whole topic, but I do think that you could definitely draw some lines.
So Seth, what would you, for your clients, I know that you work with music clients and in the music industry, would you have any advice for your clients, like what they should do, any guidelines for social media?
Well, it's a really great point. I mean, I come out of the digital music business. I was talking to you guys before we got on the call, and in my line of work, I mean, like social music is one of the most exciting kind of disruptive areas, I think, in a good way. And it's actually shifted kind of the balance away from some of the old forces like record labels controlling everything and some of the things that have always been controversial in the past. But from what I've seen, I work for a social music community that, allows stars to come in and sing with fans. It's called SMUL. And I do a lot of work in Latin America. And what I've seen is that, the stars that come in and interact with their audiences in the most organic way, it doesn't have to be perfect, is really where they make the best connections, and they kind of drive what we call engagement, which is probably the key to success for these things. And I think that applies across a lot of these platforms like TikTok, or if any of you use Triller, for example. So it's about being yourself, being natural, making that kind of connection, if you will. That's sort of the optimal way to do it. It's not so much a privacy thing as it is almost like being authentic and being yourself.
Right. And knowing how to, I guess, utilize like the platform efficiently. Like you see Beyonce, she just posts when she wants. I mean, she is Beyonce, but she can just post when she wants and like drop an album. But not all celebrities can do things like that. So I just saw her, music artist. She said in a recent interview that she feel like her fans don't really know her and she wants to be more open. So I guess utilizing social media as a tool to be transparent and authentic without showing too much. I mean, I think it's still like a hard balance, a hard battle between the two, for sure.
Definitely.
I do. I'd add, because I think like in music now, we see influencers are just social media personalities in general, but they've started to really blend the line between personalities and artists. And, so they're good examples of all sorts of Instagram, influencers who are influencers first, and stuff like music or some of the traditional entertainment comes after that, basically. And if you have 7 million Instagram followers, who needs a record? There's a lot of other ways to promote yourself, basically. And so it's a little bit of a mind bender sometimes when you're out in the marketplace trying to put some of these people together.
Yeah.
That's social media for you, for sure.
Yeah, and we can even talk about Lizzo a little bit and how like Lizzo's been very transparent to the audience. But even recently, she actually mentioned how she was kind of ashamed of her body at one point. And now it's like, is she sharing too much, or is she trying to balance with her audience, like engage with her audience? So I think there is definitely a balance, like you said, Oni, and sometimes you just don't know what exactly the balance is until you put it out to the world, and then you get a response.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, thank you all for contributing to such a great conversation. For you at home, tell us what you think. Make sure you share your thoughts and comments in the comment section below.